Welcome to economics. So this is just a video, the first video to say hi, to get to know you, except for that's not really going to happen since we're online here. Basically, just want to give you some big picture stuff. My experience has been that economics and learning economics it may not be as different from other classes as I think, but the general feedback from students and what I've seen in my years of teaching is that learning economics it's not a set of information. It's a set of analytic tools. Now this we'll flesh this out as to what this means. But on that margin, it is much more akin to learning a musical instrument or learning a language or learning to play a sport than it is mastering a body of information. And that, in my experience, also means it doesn't translate as easily to online. On site, I'm able to give a lot of individual feedback to gauge how people are doing, to be much more active in ensuring that students, you all, don't get lost, that you're keeping up, that you're where you need to be. And that's much harder for me to do online, with the upshot that you are going to have to provide a lot more of that self-diagnostic uh, background. You're going to have to be a lot more proactive. You're going to need to ask questions. You're going to need to practice. You're going to need to reach out if you are struggling. In that regards, you don't want to fall behind. Now, there's going to be a lot of information coming at you. So that's just some background. Now, I'll have some links available, but in effect, if you're wondering where to get information, I would start with the videos that I record, obviously, the lectures here. That's going to be the first touch point. Now, the benefit of having this online or in video form is that you can go back and rewatch things. Obviously, if those are confusing or unclear and you think I have done a terrible job with one of those, please let me know. Please ask for additional examples or additional context. So the first place would be the videos and the lectures, and you may want to watch those more than once. I can't assess how well the information is landing here in real time, so we're going to have to be a bit more intentional about that. Second source of information, obviously, is going to be the textbook. The textbook is a good way to get this. I don't require a specific edition of the book, so hopefully you all took that into account and got the price reasonable version. Uh, but yes, you don't need to have a specific version of the book. Partially because I'm not using my general plan is not to use a homework manager. I found those oftentimes don't get students what they need. They help you learn or memorize answers, but not necessarily learn to think like an economist. So the videos, the book, uh, we don't have a scheduled time, obviously, to meet. This is an asynchronous class, and so we're not going to have real-time video chat as a group. However, I don't think I'm going to have office hours scheduled, but if you reach out to me, I may have to. I'll have to check policy on that. I may have to, in which case they'll be there. But generally speaking, if you are struggling or want some help one-on-one or as a group, feel free to reach out, send me an email, and um, yeah, uh, we can actually then via WebEx or Zoom or something else, we can walk through any issues you are having. And then finally, if if you've gone through all those things, or alternately, if you don't really like the book, you don't like reading, I would encourage you to do so. It's a very important and useful life skill. But the textbook authors also have put up a number of very well produced videos on their book on YouTube. And it's, again, I'll have some links, but Marginal Revolution University. And people have found those to be very useful. So, again, just some housekeeping. You're going to need to do a lot of practice on your own. You're going to have to diagnose and figure out how you're doing. If you need some help on that from me, then please, obviously, you can reach out. So, um, I hope it's going to be a edifying and satisfying time for you. And with that, um, we'll move on to specific topical information.